Hey guys, and welcome back to Mobility Flow. Today's session is going to be focusing on your shoulders and your upper back. You won't need anything at all other than your usual strap to help you warm up and get mobile, some space on the floor, a mat if you have one, and whenever you're ready, come and join me in Tadasana in the center of your mat. So all you're going to need is your yoga strap and some space on the floor. And we'll just begin with those shoulder rotations. If you don't have a strap, you can always just do arm circles instead. But if you have your strap to hand, grab a hold of it, wrap one end around one hand, find yourself with a kind of semi-wide grip, and we're just simply going to find ourselves in Tadasana. So really think about connecting your feet to the floor, tucking that tailbone under and keeping those ribs down as you do this. And we're going to inhale to lift, exhale as you pass it up and over, tapping behind and then tapping in front. So if you watch me from the side, you can see my ribs stay glued down, my core stays braced so that the movement is just coming from my shoulders and my upper back, not in my lower back at all. So as you do this, you might find that the movement becomes easier and you can take just half a turn, narrow your grip and challenge your mobility a little bit further. We'll just go for 3 more in each way, each direction. So you should be doing about 10 each side. Last one. And then just remove yourself from that strap. From here, we're just going to inhale as we lift one arm up high to the sky. Exhale as you reach all the way over. Think about lifting through the ribcage and up through that armpit as you do this. Inhale back center and then switching over to the other side. So again, just 5 of these each side, 10 in total. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to reach. See if you can reach a little bit further with every exhale. Find that stretch deep in the side body. Last one each side. And then this time, take the arms out wide when you come back to center, and we're going to wrap them around the body as we twist to look behind. Going for 10 or so rotations each side. Think about lifting and lengthening as you come through that midpoint. So really lift the body up and out of the pelvis. Let the arms wrap around the body. 1 more each side. And then just come back to a neutral position. We're going to inhale as we lift our hands all the way up above the head, reaching up tall. Bend at the knees, hinge at the hips, and come down into that Uttanasana ragdoll variation. So grabbing a hold of opposite hand to opposite elbow, draw the chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor. Just take a few deep breaths. And then we'll come all the way back up, inhaling to come all the way up to extended Tadasana. Exhale, release the arms, interlace the fingers, clasp the hands behind and pull the shoulders back down and open. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and come all the way into that forward fold with a reverse arm stretch. So pull the shoulders away from the body. Take 5 deep breaths. With every exhale, see if you can fold a little bit deeper, find that stretch in the back of the hamstrings, and with every inhale, pull those hands away from your back a little further. You've probably got 2 more deep breaths to go. How deep can you fold? Exhale on that last deep breath, and then slowly come all the way down to down facing dog. So spread the fingers, grip the mat with the hands, bend at the knees as we're focusing on the shoulders and the upper back, and push the head through the arms. Find that length in the spine as you point that tailbone high towards the sky and pull those shoulder blades apart so you have a nice broad upper back. From here, just pulse a few times through the arms, pushing the crown of the head towards the floor, opening up your shoulders and your thoracic spine. And then we're going to inhale as we roll forwards, drop the hips and come up into Cobra. Pull those shoulders back and down away from the ears. Find that stretch in the front body. And then as you exhale, come back to a kneeling position. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're just going to do reaches. Sorry, I lost my train of thought then. So we're just going to take the left hand. Sorry, no, we're not. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to take the left foot outside of the left hand. Then we're going to take the left hand forwards, reaching forwards as we inhale, exhale to sweep all the way over to the right. So you should have your palm facing up for this one. We're just going to do 5 sweeps over to the right, and then come back to center, and then reach forwards again, resetting with your palm facing down, and reach over to the right as you exhale. Again, 5 palms facing down. Last one. Reset, come back to that down facing dog position, gripping the mat with the hands, finding that broad shoulder blade position with your shoulders, and pushing the crown of the head towards the floor. Bend at the knees, point the tailbone high towards the sky, and just do 5 pulses through the shoulders again. And then we'll come back to that cobra. So inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, look up, come to cobra or sphinx if you need to, and then exhale as you pull back to that kneeling position, and we'll repeat on the other side. So right foot comes outside of right hand, and then as we inhale, we're going to reach forwards, palm facing up with the right hand, exhale to sweep over to the left. So 5 sweeps, inhaling back to center, exhaling to sweep with the right hand, palm facing up. Last one. And then come back to center, reset, so palm facing down, inhale as you reach forwards, exhale to sweep over to the right. So you should feel that this is now more in the shoulders, palm facing up is more in the mid-back, lower kind of waist area and hips. Last one, and then come all the way back to center. And we're going to come into thread the needle pose. So we're going to take the left hand through and under the right arm, bringing the shoulders to the floor and looking out under the right armpit. From here, you're going to inhale to lift and reach back up towards the ceiling, so you're twisting, and then exhale to reach through the arm again. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale to lift, exhale to reach. Last one, inhale to lift, exhale to reach, and then this time we're just going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you come back up onto your hands and knees, and then we'll switch sides. So right hand now is going to reach through and under the left arm, bringing that shoulder to the floor, looking out under the left armpit. Inhale to lift and reach. Exhale to reach through and under. Inhale to lift and reach. Exhale to reach through and under. Inhale to lift and reach. And then exhale to reach through and under. Keeping the arm there on the floor, we're going to take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come all the way back up onto your hands and knees, and then we're going to come back to a prone position. So coming all the way down onto the floor, stomach facing down, we're going to come into scorpion pose. So taking the arms out wide, palms facing down, glue the shoulders to the floor if you can, and we're going to inhale, so forehead can be on the floor or chin can be on the floor looking forwards. From here, you're going to inhale to lift and reach with your left leg all the way over to the right, and then you're going to take your left hand under, so I'll twist so you can see me. You're going to take your left hand under your left shoulder and press into the ground to extend that stretch down the arm. Just take 5 deep breaths here, opening up that chest. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then as you inhale, come all the way back up and over Taking the left arm back out wide again, palm facing down. We're going to inhale to lift and reach with the right leg all the way over to the left hand, and then taking that right hand underneath the right shoulder, pressing into the ground to open up that left shoulder a little bit further. Take 5 deep breaths. So you should definitely feel this in your arms, your chest, and your shoulder. You might also feel this in your hip. Don't worry if your foot doesn't reach all the way over to the other side. Just let gravity do the work and let it hang out. 2 more deep breaths to go. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly come back up onto all fours, and we're going to push back to extended child's pose. So sitting back onto your heels, reaching forwards with the hands, forehead to the floor. And just take 3 deep breaths. Really focus on the expansion between the shoulder blades as you inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can just melt a little bit deeper into the posture, into the ground. Feel that breath across your upper back. And then after your 3rd deep breath, exhale completely. And then you're just going to bring your elbows to the floor. So just come up slightly, elbows to the floor, palms together. And you're going to walk the elbows forwards, lifting your bum off your heels slightly. Palms together at a 90-degree angle with a bend in the elbows. And then we're going to pull back, head through the arms, hips pull back. And you'll feel that stretch in your triceps. Hold there for 5 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then release the hands and come back into that extended child's pose position, forehead to the floor. Walk the hands all the way over to the left and feel that stretch in the right side body. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale completely. And then walk the hands all the way back to center. And then all the way over to the right. Finding that stretch in the left side body, take 3 deep breaths. After your 3rd deep breath, exhale completely and then walk the hands all the way back to center and slowly come up into hero pose. So we're sitting at the back of the mat, sitting up on our heels in this kneeling position. If this is enough for you and you can feel this in your quads, then stay here. There shouldn't be any pain in the knees at all. If you're feeling pain in the knees, maybe support your bum or just come to a regular seated position. We're going to take the heels out wider or the feet out wider so you have a space if you want to go further, and then sit back with your bum in between that space that you've just created. If you need to use a block as a halfway point, then you can, or a pillow. You should feel no pain in the knees whatsoever. From here, we're going to take a hero arm pose. So we're going to take the eagle arm pose, sorry. So we're going to take the left arm under, right arm crosses over at the elbows, wrapping the arms together, and then inhale to lift. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Unravel the arms and then switch sides. So left arm goes over, crossing at the elbows, wrapping the hands together. And don't worry if you can't get the palms together, just grab a thumb, grab wherever. Inhale to lift. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Come out of that hero pose. So come gently up. It's a bit of an awkward one to come out of, and then swivel your legs around, coming into a seated position on your mat. We're going to come into cow face pose. So you're going to take your So you're going to come up onto your hands and knees, and we're going to cross. I'm going to face you so you can see. You're going to cross your knees over each other. So a bit like the hero legs, you're going to take the right leg over the left, and then you should be able to find a gap to sit down in between your legs. So you should have your soles of your feet facing up, knees should be stacked on top of each other, and your sit bones should both be on the floor. If this isn't possible for you, then you can either place the top foot or top leg, the foot on the floor by the side of the knee, or you can extend that bottom leg out underneath you. So go to wherever your mobility allows. You've got 3 options there. With the arms, we're going to take the right arm up, left arm goes out to the side, and then you're going to reach back and interlace the fingers if you can. If you can't reach, you could always use a strap to help you in that position, or you could just take a simple tricep stretch. We're just going to hang out here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. And then you're going to inhale to lift the legs, unravel them, and switch them around the other way. So left leg should be over right. If you need to come up into that kneeling position, like I just did the first time to find it, you can, or you can come from that seated position, taking the left leg over the top of the right, stacking the knees together, finding both sit bones on the floor, and then we're going to take the left arm up tall, right arm goes out wide, reach back behind, see if you can interlace those fingers. Usually one side is harder than the other. This is definitely my hardest side. Option to do the tricep stretch or the strap if you want to, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, shake it all out. Unravel the legs, and then we'll come into a simple seated position. So legs are straight out in front of you. You can have your feet on the floor if you want to. Yogi's choice, wherever you prefer. Taking the hands back behind you now, fingertips pointing away. Think about lifting your chest up towards the ceiling, letting the head hang back, and finding a small arch in the back as you pull the bum down towards the heels, or straighten the legs if you want to, and lift up. You should feel this stretch across the front of your shoulders in your rotator cuffs, and just hold for 5 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you slowly come up to that seated position and pull yourself out. So you should feel that quite intensely across your shoulders. The final stretch of today, if you want to come into a seated position, you can. If you want to practice your half lotus, come into your half lotus with your left leg over the top of the right, finding that position with your foot on your thigh pointing up. And then with the right arm, we're going to take the right arm across, holding, I'm going to face you guys so you can see, facing the palm back behind you, nice straight arm, and then using the other arm to gently pull that arm across and find that stretch in the shoulder. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And release. And then switch sides. So with the legs, take the left leg under, right leg on top. If you're sitting regularly cross-legged, then you can just switch your legs around as well. Placing that right foot on top so you're in half lotus again on the other side, and then left arm is going to go across the body, and then just gently use the right arm to guide it at the elbow and find that stretch. 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. release the arms, shake it all out. And then when you're ready, just unravel those legs, come to a regular seated position or full lotus if you want to give it a go. And then inhale to lift your hands up above the head, palms together at the top. As we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.